Hello everyone, you're very welcome today to the UCD Bowl for the clash of UCD versus Cork Constitution. The UCD team sheet today will start with Rory Mulvihill, Richie Bergen, Emmett Burns, Johnny Guy, captain for the day, Bobby Leahy, Dan O'Donovan, Alex Penny and Ronan Foley. Scrum half with Pat Patterson, James Tarrant at 10, Josh O'Connor 11, Owen Barr and Andy Marks in the centre, Jack Ringrose makes up the other wing, and David Ryan at full back. On the con side today we've got Gavin Duffy, John Sutton hooker, Paddy Casey on the tight head, Brian Hayes and Cahill O'Flaherty in the second row, Joe McSwinney, Ross O'Neill and Dave Hyland make up the back row, and the backs are Duncan Williams at scrum half, Jerry Hurley, Rob Germain, Niall Keneally, Jack Costigan, JJ O'Neill and Michael Hand. So as you'll see, we're underway here at the moment. Cork on the ball. Good break there from tight head Paddy Casey. Ball blocked down there by UCD's Owen Barr, and we'll have our first line out of the game. So I'll just hand over to Christine Coffey here, who's my co-commentator. Christine, a little word on the teams today.
Cork Connor missing their number 10, Jack Crowley, has been called up with the under-20s, so they've been left in the more than capable hands of Jerry Hurley at 10, and he's partnered with Duncan Williams at 9, so that half-back pairing will be fairly good. UCD are also missing 2 forwards with the under-20s, so it'll be interesting to see how both sides fare with missing those players.
Okay, Con driving the line out, first line out of the match here now, rumbling on just outside their own 22. UCD defence fairly resolute to start with, and the penalty is given by today's referee Andrew Brace. So Cork get a chance to clear their lines here. Gives James Tarrant his first chance to find touch today. Normally a scrum half, playing out half today in the white of Cork Constitution, so managed to make his way just inside the UCD half. A reasonable crowd here today at the bowl. Obviously won't see that just given the cameras on this side, but we've several hundred standing beside us here on the bank side. John Sutton throws in, tap down, and Williams has it at 9. Big carry there from Con as they make their way inside the UCD half. Joe McSwinney with a decent carry there, gets outside to the centre as he makes his breakthrough. Andy Marks, and his late tackle there from Andy Marks to cover it. Williams recycles again. Excellent offload there from Gavin Duffy, makes his way through to the UCD 22. The ball's still alive. Con have numbers here if they move it, and a loose pass there from Brian Hayes sees the ball go out. But good continuity work there so far, Christine.
Yeah, no, very good. They're keeping the ball alive and switching it from side to side on the pitch. It's very exciting to see them. It's their first chance inside the UCD half. UCD will have the ball now. They'll be looking to clear their lines, get out of the 22.
The last time these two sides met, Cork Con managed to run in 9 tries, so UCD will be hoping for a better marks on the defence today. So let's see that again, that rolling maul Con go for. They have the back there now, not much ground made, a little bit sideways movement, but that's collapsed, and the referee shouting to use it. Williams gets it away from the back. Decent defence there from UCD back row, but it's slow enough from Con at the moment. Williams recycles. Good footwork there from number 5 Cahill O'Flaherty from Con. Again, the ball is a little slow. Good defence there from UCD after a tough carry. And it looks like it's a turnover, and Patterson has it at the back, kicks it long, turns the Cork Con defence, and UCD are turning defence into attack here, trying to bring a straight line up, but it's well marshalled by Michael Hand, the Cork Con full back. Good tackle from scrum half Pat Patterson there. And that brings us back 10 metres or so inside Cork Con's half. A loose enough pass, but it looks like it's worked out okay for Con as they kick through. Andy Marks has it in a bit of space, and again looks for a bit of safe touch. And a decent kick off his left foot there takes us Con back into their 22, and they go quick. Looks a little forward, and the referee's seen it. So good counter-attack work there from UCD. The turnover from Patterson is cleared well, and Andy Marks finds a decent touch, and that brings them about halfway or so inside Cork Con's 22.
I know it's really good from UCD just to counter attack there. Brilliant line speed to turn around on the turnover, and they're looking to just pin the Cork Con team now inside the 22. Hopefully they can get a score here. Decent platform.
I see UCD's top scorer this season running fully at number 8. Let's see what he does now. 5 metres out. I'm sure he's relishing a run for the line here. As the ref settles the scrum here. It's our first scrum of the day. Let's see how UCD stand up to the Cork Constitution experience. Cork Constitution playing today without their top scorer, Jack Crowley, who's playing for the Irish under-20s this week. He's 37 points for them so far this season. UCD, of course, missing on 5 under-20s from their squad today, so a little depleted, but fairly even so far anyway. Nothing between the sides. Patterson feeds the scrum. Relatively stable there from UCD. It's a good platform. They get a little bit of a nudge on, but the ball's out. And the Tarrant crossfield kick. A little long, it looks like. Yeah, just a little too much on that one, I'm afraid. As David Ryan struggles to pull that one in. But the referee takes it back for the penalty advantage. So, not all wasted. Good scrum, though, from UCD to start with, Christine.
Yeah, it's good. At UCD's 10, James Tarrant was alive to the penalty advantage there and just tried the crossfield kick. So, he'll kick to the corner now and look to get a platform here and try and get a score.
Richie Bergen with a throw, nicely taken there at the back by Dan O'Donovan, but Cork can't get a great defensive drive there. UCD have settled themselves, but not making much progress, it's here to say. Balls at the back for Patterson, and UCD launched their first attack through marks. Good running from Owen Barr again round the corner. Again, little slow. Cork Constitution doing well. Not much ground made there, but decent numbers out wide if they can get it. Here we go. 13 Andy Max with a long pass out to 14 Jack Ringrose. He's got a 2-on-1, but he comes back inside, probably wisely. Not much space there at the time. Patterson looks to recycle, albeit a little slow. Good carry there from number 4 Johnny Guy, captain of the side today. Again, also good running again from Dan O'Donovan, looking to recycle. Again, Cork Con defence seems pretty stout there at the moment. Not much ground being made, although the recycle's a little quicker. Takes 3 to take down Johnny Guy there. Tarrant gets it wide into the back of a good handoff there from David Ryan. Keeps working his way out to the right hand side, or about 5 to 10 metres short of the Cork Constitution line. Again, good recycling. You see, you just need to be a little patient here now, Christine, I think.
Yeah, definitely. There's some really good carries. Like you said, the Cork Con defence are standing up really well, so we're not getting much ground off the carries. We're looking after the ball well and hitting the rucks well. Hopefully we can just hold on to the ball and force a score.
David Ryan with a good carry there and good footwork, gets the ball around. Great carry from Richie Bergen, takes it up again. 2 men to stop him. Patterson gets it away. Again, Cork Constitution defence very, very strong so far. UCD been patient though. Great defence again from Cork Constitution after some tough carrying there from David Ryan. Patterson has it at the break. Good work from Josh O'Connor there. Couldn't quite get his hands free though. And UCD with the first score of the game. Looks like a pick and go there. Managed to break his way through. And who's that coming up with the ball? It looks like Jack Ringrose. Jack Ringrose. So a good week for Jack Ringrose. He's in the Irish club squad this week, and he managed a touchdown for the first 5-pointer of the season, for the first 5-pointer of the day, I should say. After some good carrying there from David Ryan and some patient recycling, it must be said, from UCD.
Definitely, and just a few phases ago, Jack Ringrose had made a good decision to step inside as well to keep the ball alive. It was really, really patient from everyone in UCD, and it's really good signs. We can see if JT can find this conversion from a tough angle.
Jane Starr been very consistent this season so far with the boot. He's managed to knock over 80% of his conversions from the left side of the post, so let's hope he can do this one as well. Not that we are biased in any way. Nice strike, but pulls it to the left and wide. So that's 5-0 to UCD, and we've got about 9 to 10 minutes just past there. So a good start from UCD so far. They'll be pleased with that, given the I guess washout was the only way to describe the last outing against Cork Constitution. So it's good to see a tighter start from the 15 today.
Yeah, definitely. Cork managed to get past UCD 9 times the last when they met down in Temple Hill. So this will be big now. To get that, it'll be big for UCD after getting that good start.
Bit of a mistake there from Jerry Hurley, leaves that kick off a little short, so we will restart with the UCD scrum bang on the halfway line. 11 minutes gone. UCD scrum been pretty strong so far today. We haven't had too many of them, but they managed to earn a penalty down in the Cork 22 the last time they met. But so Cork obviously want to get a shove on here and hopefully narrow the angle for the defence. Good nudge there from Cork, but UCD have held well. Patterson has it at the base. We come down the blind side here. Tarrant has it in 2 hands and kicks forward, and it looks like a nice little nudge to find territory and just nicks it right in behind 15 Cork's Michael Hand. So not bad play there from UCD. Obviously relatively conservative, but gets them into a decent position down to the Cork 22.
Yeah, it was a nice option off the back of the scrum. Because it was in the midfield, he had the option to go both sides, and they managed to stick it into the corner. So playing the territory game here.
I get the feeling that UCD will need to be relatively efficient with the ball today when they do get opportunities in Cork's 22, given the quality of the opposition they're up against. They've gone for a little bit of an unusual defence there, standing off them, hoping to earn the penalty, but it hasn't quite worked out, and Cork set the line out maul, and they work their way towards the UCD 22. UCD committing bodies to it now and starting to slow it down a little bit, but yet inches being made. The ball's with Duncan Williams. Can he move it? Still held in, going a little sideways, but still making ground. Actually here, that managed to get outside their 22 and the ball's come down, and the referee has adjudged that one to be pulled down. So that'll allow Cork a bit of a reprieve to clear their lines, but as I say, UCD will have to be a bit more clinical when it comes to their defence once they get into the Cork 22, because I can't see themselves getting too many opportunities too easily from this strong Cork Constitution outfit. So it gives Jerry Hurley a chance to clear his lines again, about 3 to 4 metres outside his 22. Not straight there from the Cork hooker John Sutton means that UCD will win the scrum and again win back possession. You get the feeling the Cork just haven't quite got into gear yet, and there's more to give. It's certainly with a 10-0 record so far. I don't think they're really giving a great reflection of themselves in the first 15 minutes here. So UCD need to be a little aware and keep the momentum when they have it. Good scrum again from UCD as they attack. Patterson has it back from the loop and gets it in behind Andy Marks, who again uses that left peg to push Cork right back into their 22. Clever play again. So again, from what was a penalty in the 22, UCD managed to turn the ball over from a crooked throw, and they find themselves back in the Cork 22 again. Good progress again. It looks like that'll be an obvious tactic today for UCD to turn the Cork defence. What do you think, Christine?
Yeah, exactly. Cork have only been inside the UCD 22 once, and they've barely been in our half. So if we can just keep them pinned inside their 22, it's a really good signs.
Ball in, better put in this time from the hooker, and again Cork go for the rolling maul, but the defence is much better set up this time, and they're not making much progress. And actually UCD managed to drive him back out again, so it'll be a turnover. As Donald Lennon walks past me here, there's an all-star cast watching the game today. I wonder how his views are in our commentary so far. What do you think, Christine?
I don't know, I've seen 1 or 2 Munster Rugby top hats as well, so nice even crowd up here on the hill. Like we said earlier, there's a few thousand up here behind us. Yeah,
it's a shame we can't quite see that, unfortunately, with the cameras being on the hillside, but we can assure you a raucous crowd of people watching the game today. A great advertisement for AIL Rugby. I'd like to take this opportunity to say a special thanks to UCD club sponsors Crow, AIB, Adidas for all of their hard work and support for club rugby in Ireland today. So do your best to support those businesses that support rugby. Bit of a lull in play here now as we have a scrum with the Cork put in. And a collapse. Referee looks to reset things again. Cork just about 10 metres shy of their own line. Duncan Williams with the pudding. Duncan Williams with 146 caps for Munster finds himself in the UCD Bowl again, and a great advertisement again for AIL Rugby. The standard maintains incredibly high as he breaks on the left hand side, feeds his 12 brings him about 3 or 4 metres forward again. Looks for a short pass off a runner, but not much progress to be made. UCD defence fairly stout, and he manages to clear off his left foot, but doesn't find touch. Finds it right into the arms of Pat Patterson, scrum half UCD. Oh, dangerous tackle there. It looked like from number 11, Rob Germain. I think the referee will have a look at that. Certainly penalty advantage already. We do not like to see that in the game, but I think it might be alright. Pat Patterson's got up again pretty quickly, so probably nothing more than a penalty. Okay, UCD's James Tarrant knocks it into the corner there, manages to make his way just inside the 22, so not the most ambitious kick, but gives UCD a decent platform here to start a next attack. And Cork managed to turn it over at the back, and it's a little knock on there, I think, from the out half Jerry Hurley, but referee hasn't seen it, and Cork clear their lines, albeit a skewed kick off the right foot. UCD have the line out again. They'll be hoping for a little bit more accuracy off this one. A little too much movement the last time, but they get up quickly and well, and Pat Patterson has it in his hand. The ball's off the top. James Tarrant has it at 10, manages to feed Andy Marks, makes decent ground there of 13 off some slick handling work from Owen Barr. Not quite sure what happened there, but UCD managed to lose that one forward. Cork have it turned over. Not much by way of an overlap, so I imagine they'll look to consolidate here and get their shape set. UCD defence looks okay. And better than okay, they managed to turn it over actually, and they've got a break down the right hand side. And an excellent bit of running there from Josh O'Connor with Duncan Williams to beat. Manages to use his strength to power over the line, and that brings the scores to UCD 10, Cork 0. Excellent bit of play there, Christine, it must be said. Some good strength shown by UCD's 11, Josh O'Connor.
Yeah, and it was Alex Penny who managed to get the turnover there. It looked like from the ruck, so massive turnover, and we managed to find the score straight away from it.
Yeah, good play there from Penny. Manages to find the space and knew that Josh O'Connor was waiting for that ball. But again, not but a little bit of work to do, and managed to find the way to the whitewash. Again, James Tarrant with the conversion attempt, not the easiest one on the day, but in the UCD Bowl, a decent size of a pitch, it must be said. I think it would take me about 3 kicks to get in from there, but let's see how he does. James slightly more successful off the right hand side of the post at 86% conversion rate so far this season, so let's hope he can add to that today. Good strike, gets it up and to the left and wide. So again, scores are 10-0, and UCD will receive the kick. So 22 minutes or so gone in the first half. It's been a pretty bright start from UCD, it must be said, but Cork haven't had a huge amount of ball, so we remain to see how they will react to this. But I assume, given the strength of the squad they have out today and their results so far this season, they certainly won't be up without a fight. Certainly not 20 minutes. With 20 minutes gone anyway, so UCD need to be vigilant off the restart. And a good restart there from Jerry Hurley. Lots of air in that. UCD get up and down before it comes down, but it's caught by tight head Paddy Casey, who makes decent yards and sets a good platform up for Williams, who pulls it wide. Hurley pulls one in behind, and 13 Jack Costigan makes decent ground. UCD defence pretty good there though, managed to slow it down. And actually looks like a turnover there. Great work from UCD. If they can get this one away, there's a bit of space. And just little sloppy hands there from number 6. Actually, that was Alex Penny, I think, just with a type off from Jack Ringrose. Didn't manage to pull it in. And UCD making their first change of the day. As number 23 is anybody's guess, given my programme only goes from 16 to 20. And UCD's number 1, Rory Mulvihill, comes off for number 23, Ronan Loughnane. And a decent scrum there. Good platform there for Williams. The ball's at the back as he releases it left. UCD's good. Oh, great carry there from 12, captain to the Niall Keneally. Manages to make 5-6 yards. Williams again. Slow ball though for Williams. Is not getting much chance to get around. There's 15 Michael Hand, takes a decent carry, but is taken down well by his opposite number, David Ryan. Cork come back again round the corner. A decent carry from Richie Bergen as they set themselves up with a decent platform. Again, UCD managed to strangle them though, and Cork forced to commit more numbers to the ruck. Carry from Jack Costigan again. UCD defence well set up for it. Looks like they've got not quite a turnover there, no, but it's just again slow ball for Con. They're not able to do much with it. A good carry there from number 6, Joe McSwinney, eventually scraggled down by Johnny Guy as Con cycle, but UCD are up to the challenge so far, pushing them back about 5 metres or so. Connolly to speed up this ball, I think, Christine, if they're going to make any progress to this well set up UCD defence.
Yeah, definitely. They haven't managed to get anywhere really with these carries. Bar some big carries from Niall Canally, their captain. So they'll be looking to make a few line break with Duncan Williams there. They'll come back for the penalty advantage though. Offside from UCD, I think.
Yeah, UCD just caught off their feet a little bit at the first ruck, so after 7 or 8 phases of patience from Cork Constitution, they managed to get themselves a penalty advantage. As Williams has a discussion with the referee, no doubt using all of those 160 odd caps of experience to find out what his team need to do to improve. On the referee side, as Jerry Hurley looks for the corner again from the 10-metre line, 15 metres in. And a decent nudge to the corner, must be said, takes himself about halfway into the 22. And this is the first attacking platform that Cork have had in quite some time, so let's see how UCD defence stands up to that test. Cork go to the back, and it's well taken there by number 6 Dan O'Donovan as they get the driving maul working. They've made a little bit of progress so far. UCD seem to be split in two as Cork continue to rumble on. Manages still going. That's the first stop there now, so they're going to have to use it. They've broken off to the side, and the truck and trailer rule just unfortunately catches them out. So you had a breaker of 3 players, I think, from the back of that scrum, and given the offside rule there, they managed to obstruct the UCD defenders and found themselves with a penalty out.
We think Dan O'Donovan's gone off UCD number 6. We're not sure who's come on for him yet. Yeah, he just wondered if he was there.
No, UCD line out again, the 22. A decent throw there, it must be said. Well taken by Alex Penny at the back as UCD look to inflict their own bit of rolling maul damage on Cork, but Patterson has it at the back, gets it onto his right boot. A very deep kick, a great work there, and turns 15, Michael Hand, but Hand has it now in 2 hands. No pun intended. Jack Tarrant manages to take him down. No rip available there, so Williams looks to marshal the troops and waits for the Con lads to get back. No doubt they'll try and slow this down and get themselves onside. Great defensive work there from Bobby Leahy from UCD, but good carry nonetheless from Cork Con. Body position's not great, so again slow ball for Williams. Carry there from Niall Keneally. Williams has it again, looking to speed it up here, but Con run out of numbers. Not making much ground here. It's pretty slow from Con so far. Not sure it's patient. UCD looks like they may have taken someone off the ball, but referee's happy enough with it. Good work there from Cork Con. And an excellent tackle. Patterson gets the ball, turns it over, and is taken out just before he releases the ball by number 5, Cathal O'Flaherty. Good work there from Cork Con and from UCD in the turnover, but a little bit of patience probably needed from Cork Con, albeit not much ingenuity shown so far. It looks like it's pretty static. Certainly need a little quicker ball, I think, Christine, if they're going to make hay through this UCD defence, which is fairly well set up.
Yeah, the line speed coming from UCD is really putting Cork Con under pressure, and they're struggling to get phases together, and it's just one out runners, and they're really putting them under pressure. So I'd say Cork Con will just be looking to get their hands on the ball and hold it for a few phases, try and string something together.
Okay, Williams with the ball in his hands, waiting for the 7th scrum of the match. Been even Steven so far in this front. A good contest. And it collapses. What's the ref going to do? We're going to reset it. Williams feeds again, decent platform as he looks to feed number 12. Niall Keneally takes it in hard this time, but he's got the winger JJ O'Neill on the inside, but UCD managed to turn over, albeit there's a bit of a high, looks like a high tackle there around the neck by Duncan Williams on the UCD 12 own bar. Referee doesn't see it, but happy to play on, but UCD managed to turn it over. Dan O'Donovan not happy with that, but keeps his mouth shut and gets on with it, which is good to see in the game. Just to confirm, that was John Farley that's on for Dan O'Donovan, the UCD substitution. Not helping the commentators today by changing a few of the jerseys beforehand. But the several stones and different probably should have been a bit of a giveaway. But we move on nonetheless. Good work from Patterson. Oh, he's shadowed by Duncan Williams with a little tap tackle using all his experience, but he carries on nonetheless. Great footwork from Patterson. If he can feed Ringrose in his inside, doesn't manage to do it, but the ball's around. Owen Barn has it around, a little ball behind Andy Marks has slowed things down a little bit, but good turn of pace there from Jack Ringrose. Tarrant has it in hand. UCD look to go wide again. Good carry there from Alex Penny. Sets it up again for UCD. Patterson looking for a quick ball, not quite getting it. Uses his right foot to thread a lovely little ball through actually, and again turning Cork on defence around, and good smart play there from UCD. It's clear that the larger bulk of Cork Constitution, they're not going to go through them, so they can either go around them or they can kick behind them, and they look like they're choosing the former. Good play so far, Christine.
Yeah, definitely. You see Paddy Patterson trying that loop play off the scrum again, and this time Duncan Williams was alive to it and managed to get that good, really decent tap tackle, but Patterson reacted really well and managed to turn the Cork Con defence. Hopefully we can put some pressure on here now inside their 22.
Con to the middle, decent take, set up the maul yet again. I don't think they've taken a ball off the top yet so far today, so obviously fairly comfortable with the rolling maul as Williams has it at the back. Not particularly comfortable ball, but they're moving. And again, UCD need to be alive to that because Con seem to have decent structure in their rolling maul. They've made 7, 8, 9, 10 metres now as Williams breaks down the left hand side, finds a great pass there to his winger JJ O'Neill, who moves through again. Nice pass inside the fullback as James Tarrant takes him down just on his own 10 metre line. He'd hope to slow that down a little bit, but again it's quick ball, huge numbers outside this if Cork can move it. You see a little bit at sea with winger Rob Germain on this side and JJ O'Neill screaming for the ball, but Ringrose alive to it. 3-on-1 here now for Con. He manages to find JJ O'Neill, and a good tackle there from Ringrose, but O'Neill keeps it alive, passing it inside his opposite number Jack Costigan. Takes Cork Con about 7 or 8 metres inside the 22. This is the first bit of slick play we've really seen from them. A great carry there from number 6 Joe McSwinney, but UCD managed to slow it down a little bit. Again, that 9-9 combo the Cork Constitution are running today gives them decent slick handling out the back, but their forwards can't get that ball quickly enough. And again, another handling error. UCD look to take advantage of it. Will they go long? There's a bit of numbers out here. They're hoping to use their advantage, and Marks uses the left peg to find a safe touch halfway between the 10 metre line and the halfway line. So again, Cork Constitution, once they get that quick ball, Christine, they're certainly looking a lot more dangerous, but they're just not quite as accurate in the wider channels as I'm sure they'd like to be. Yeah,
you can see them trying to spread it wide and find their wingers on the channels. JJ O'Neill and Rob German have been making ground, but just keeping the ball alive. In trying to keep the ball alive, they managed to be knocking it on or losing the ball. So if they can just make those passes stick or hold on to the ball, they might be able to really open up the UCD defence.
Oh, ball to the back, but well recovered there from Paddy Casey for Colin. He makes decent ground. UCD over the top of it to slow it down. Doing well, actually, it must be said, and the referee finds the penalty as the Con lads a little too slow to clear out after a good recovery from Paddy Casey from the overthrow. Ronan Foley with another penalty. So not just scoring tries this season, but getting turnovers. So well played from the number 8. Decent ball there from James Tarrant, finds a good touch. About 5 metres, 50 metres inside the Cork half. Cork look to make their first substitution. Peter Kelleher, number 17, coming on for number 3, Paddy Casey. Not straight there from Richie Bergen after a decent throw, but just not quite straight enough, unfortunately, and Cork get the turnover. We haven't had a ball to 2 yet today, so lots of ambition, decent conditions for rugby today, so that's certainly helped the standard rugby so far. Williams with the put in the ball at the back there. No change from the UCD forward, so Williams looks to hit his 10. Just a quick ball out. Good carry there from 12. Niall Keneally. No real ground made yet, but good footwork. Again, ball out the back to 14, JJ O'Neill. And again, knocked on from Cork Constitution's 15, Michael Hand. They'll be disappointed, I think, so far, Christina. Not great execution. They're giving themselves a decent platform for the forwards, but the back's just not really supporting them at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Particularly with those starter plays now, the forwards would have all been in that scrum and put in the hard yards, and just another knock on from the backs, and they'll be looking to try and make 1 or 2 of those stick, because those starter plays are really where they want to open up the UCD defence. Another opportunity for UCD here now with the scrum. Just inside Cork Con's half.
A little bit of movement early there. Referee not happy with it, so we'll have a reset. Ball at the back for Patterson. Feeds James Tarrant. Good skip pass there to Andy Marks. Nice ball off the right to Jack Ringrose. Takes it again on the outside wing. Looks to chip the Cork winger. Plays himself back onside again. Does well. A little unfortunate there, I think, UCD. A little unfortunate because I think David Ryan rightly thought that he was put onside again by Jack Ringrose, but referee not happy with it.
I think the referee's just explaining to Johnny Guy, the captain there, that number 15 for UCD was kind of obstructing the defender. I think that's what the penalty went for.
A little harsh, I think. So Jerry Hurley again finds a safe touch 10 metres or so inside his own half, and he'll be looking for John Sutton to create a bit of a platform for the backs. Yeah, we had a first ball to 2 and a first ball off the top as Williams looks to find Leahy. A good carry up at 12 there. Decent defence there from UCD's 10. Ball's pretty quick though. Kind of recycle again, skip past, looking for space out wide, but again very solid defence there from UCD out wide. Managed to drive him back 2 or 3 metres. The counter ruck is good as well, and it's well slowed down, but referee not happy, and the penalty given away. Looks like not rolling away by the looks of things. Hurley again finds a decent touch there, but 15 metres inside the UCD half. A lot of the game played here between the 2 10-metre line, Christine. Not much given from either side, it's safe to say. Defence probably winning on top of the attack at the moment.
Yeah, both teams are trying to put on that line speed, and there have been a lot of turnovers and a lot of knock-ons. So there have been a lot of set pieces, so scrums and line-outs, and neither team are really dominating that territory battle in this kind of middle part. I know UCD played a lot in the opposition 22 in the first few minutes, but it's been pretty much in the middle of the pitch since.
As Cork take it up at 13. Good battle between the two 13s here, and the ball's recycled. Calla Flaherty again with the carry. Con starting to work their way into the game here now with some decent carries, but UCD's pretty alerted so far. Again, a bit too deep there. Good footwork there from Dave Highland of Con. Williams looks to recycle. And behind there's a bit of a curver. Well done, Foley. Great offload. Referee penalty advantage to Con at the moment though, and they've got good work here. They've an overlap. Can they finish? Patterson well taken down, unfortunately. And great carry from Calla Flaherty. Very strong. He had lots to do there in the 22. Managed to show and go on the way in, and with a decent handoff from Patterson just short of the line. Does well. Actually took it about 35 odd yards there, so a good finish from Calla Flaherty of Con. So that takes it to 10-5. First real bit of quick ball we've seen from Cork Constitution so far, and the try probably a fair reflection of the game so far.
Yeah, there hasn't been really much between the sides. Ronan Foley tried to stop that line break there, but it was a high tackle, so Cork Con had the penalty advantage coming as well, but managed to just take the try. And we'll be looking to see if Jerry Hurley can knock over this conversion. Bit easier than the conversions that James Tarrant has had so far. Look to see what he can do now from the right hand side. Don't know what his stats are like now from the right hand side of the post.
Jerry, I'm just looking here now. Yeah, he's a little bit better at 82% so far this season, so you'd probably favour him. He's relatively close, just outside the 15-metre line for a right-footed kicker. He'll relish this one of a kicker of his standard, as he does the customary grab of the grass, see where the wind's going. Settles himself into kick. The crowd remain quiet, and he's just snatched that a little bit and pulled it left and wide, so the score is 10-5 with just a couple of minutes to go before half time. Oh no, that's the half time, and so a reasonably tight affair in the first 40 minutes here at the UCD Bowl, which should be of no surprise given the calibre of the sides on offer today. I'd say UCD probably the happier of the two outfits so far. I think their efforts to find the corners rather than going through, the defence has been a little bit more effective so far, so we will see what happens in the second half. Thanks for listening. You're welcome back to the second half here at the UCD Bowl. Scores UCD 10, Con 5. A very tight first half, so hoping as a neutral to have more of the same in the second half. It was the long restart there from Con. Well caught by UCD as he makes his way forward. UCD winger number 11 Josh O'Connor, 5 metres outside the 22. Pat Patterson, Leinster cap Pat Patterson at the base of the ruck. A decent height in that kick. A bit of a tester there for hand at Con's fullback. Well tackled by Richie Bergen. He'll need to get out of there though. Williams off the left feeds his out half as Con come through the middle, but a really good work there from Ronan Foley. Unlucky not to get that turnover. And Con learning a little bit from UCD's tactics in the first half, but not executing as well, looking for the corner as that's well nudged back there from Jack Ringrose. Takes Con all the way back to their 22 and into the hands of number 7 Ross O'Neill, who finds a decent kick down, it must be said, for a forward. I'm sure his coach won't be encouraging too many of those, but Williams well positioned to take it. But the second attempt does really well. And we find ourselves 10 metres inside the Con half with Con on the ball. Again, no real progress made there from Con. Good defence from UCD. It's been a feature of the game so far today, UCD's midfield defence. A very different outfit from the one that Con last met a couple of weeks ago. Again, good carries from Con as Williams looks to recycle. UCD well over the ball to slow it down. And again, UCD looking for the mistake. They'll look to come and recycle here now. They have a bit of space out this side if they can. A bit of a mismatch. Tarrant with the ball in two hands. Gives it a little early there to his winger. But great work from UCD again as they wake their way into the 22. Really strong run in there from Josh O'Connor from UCD. And another good pick up there from Alex Penny. It looks like Patterson comes right. He's got numbers. Great offload there, must be said, from Pat Patterson into the hands of James Tarrant. And he gets himself a well-deserved try. Excellent work there. All started off from UCD's Josh O'Connor. The ball went wide. He had some excellent footwork to take himself inside the 22. Not sure who made the first pick and go, but Patterson took full advantage of it, and the delayed pass off his left hand into his out half turn leaves him with no one to beat 2 metres from the line. So really well worked there from UCD. Hopefully more of the same in terms of the entertainment stakes for this half.
Yeah, that's for sure. James Tarrant's pass, at first it looked like he might have given that a bit too early, but it worked out really well. And a lovely offload from Paddy Patterson to find his half-back partner and to bundle over, and we see if James Tarrant can add now. James Tarrant's UCD's top scorer this season, and the stats will be really nice from after this game now.
Yeah, adding to the 5 points, missed his first 2 attempts at the post. Not a particularly windy day, but not great from the kick mistakes from either side so far. We actually haven't had a penalty attempt yet. We've had 2 conversions from UCD. This will be the third, and 1 from Con. None of them successful so far, hence the 15-5 scoreline, of course. As Tarrant settles himself, little jiggle. And again, pulls it left and wide. So we are finding ourselves the tries are all important today, with the kick mistakes not so good. But UCD again very happy, I'm sure, to start this game. 43 minutes gone, 15-5 up against a very well drilled and, it must be said, considerably bigger Cork team. They've played very well so far. Con will be looking to get themselves into the game and make a bit more meters from their carrying game, which hasn't been great so far, but we'll see how they adjust as the half unfolds. Well caught and good footwork there from Dan O'Donovan, or actually from Ronan Foley, and the great ball inside. Makes himself a good show and go from Rory Mulvey. He's just got to find Josh O'Connor with no one to beat. Can he find the line? He can. And that's the bonus point for UCD so far, so they'll at least be leaving the ball today with 1 point today. Cork a little shell-shocked. Must be said, an excellent take there from Ronan Foley, and great footwork, albeit the chase a little lacking from Cork Constitution. Great support work from Richie Bergen at hooker, finding Josh O'Connor on the right wing, who sped through to touchdown despite the efforts of Ross O'Neill from Con, who'd worked well, really hard to get back. Yeah,
the forwards did really well there from UCD. Lovely offload and passes, keeping the ball alive, and particularly that show and go, just to release Josh O'Connor down the wing, making his life easy for him down the wing. That's 2 for Josh, I think, today.
It certainly is, and as I take the biscuit crumbs off the top of the microphone, we have James Tarrant at out half looking to make his first conversion of the day. This is his 4th attempt as the brains trust of Cork look to see what they can do to change us around.
Cork Connor warming up Max Abbott now. They're looking to try and change their front row, it seems.
Tarrant with a familiar routine. Let's see if he can get successful this time. And a good strike, it must be said, but to the right and wide. Jerry Hurley with the restart, high into the air, don't go long this time, look for a contestable as it's knocked back and works well for Con as they take it on. They've got their first platform here, they've actually got a 3-on-2 straight off this line out. Well carried there again from Cal O'Flaherty. The ball comes to Williams as he looks to recycle. Decent line speed there from UCD, it must be said, but knock on in the process as he looks to tackle. Con use the penalty advantage. Andy Marks with a good tackle, albeit a little dangerous, but referee's happy enough with it. Con now 6 metres outside the UCD 22. They look to recycle again and slow down well by the UCD defence. Ball over the top from the flanker from Con as it takes it out wide to the 5 metre channel. Again, good carry there from 17 Peter Kelleher, but UCD defence well alive to it. Good tackle from Tarrant there, and we've got another turnover. Looks like it'll be a scrum given there's no advantage. Oh, penalty advantage as the temptation to touch the ball on the ground there from Niall Keneally was just too much, and UCD will have a chance to clear their lines. And gives me a chance to have a bite of my biscuit and some of my tea. I'll pass over to Christine.
UCD are looking really dominant now in these first few minutes of the second half, with those 2 really quick tries, and Cork Connor a bit shell shocked. JT tries a quick penalty there. Cork Connor looking to counter attack now. JT misses that tackle when he's trying to bring on the line speed. He was a bit isolated. The UCD are doing well now to keep them in, to shut off that counter attack. We've got a full line of defence, so we can bring on the line speed from both sides. Good tackle from Rory Mulville to get that. And Cork Connor sweeping it wide now, looking to find an edge. They've got a 2v1 but not much space. Josh O'Connor handed off there but still manages to get the tackle. UCD unfortunate not to get the turnover there. Duncan Williams with a little snipe around the corner and he's gone again. Cork giving Cork on with a penalty advantage there.
Good work there from UCD, but referee not happy with that. It looked like a hand in there, so advantage given, and Con go into the corner, takes himself a few meters inside the UCD 22. And for those of you who are wondering, they were milk chocolate digestives, and they were fantastic. Keep the comments coming. Another break and play gives UCD a chance to get their collective defence together. Stan O'Donovan re-enters the fray, and I think that's John Fairley that's gone off again. After a good contribution, it must be said. UCD Con get the ball to 2 and they look to drive it. Defence pretty decent so far, but Con hold their patience. as they reset. That's once. And Williams has it at the back, looks to feed his 12. And again, a little knock on from the 13 is good pressure from UCD. It must be said that's been a hallmark of the game so far, as UCD's line defence has been excellent, or line speed I should say in defence has been excellent, and they've been putting the comebacks under pressure. I'm not sure they've seen this level of pressure so far this season, and it's good to see the spirits of UCD haven't been dampened so much by the results against Garryowen last week, and of course the Cork Con reversal 3 weeks ago. So confidence looks like it's rising again under Kevin Croke, and certainly exciting game so far.
Boys, field position, score, come on. Go after.
UCD with a put-in. Patterson waits for it at the back. A bit more movement than normal, but Foley gets it at the back and has good carry. Decent tackle from Williams, goes low, and as 7 gets over the top of it, does well to slow it down, but UCD managed to retain possession. Good footwork there again from number 5, Bobby Leahy. And Patterson again goes long, putting Cork on right back just outside the 22, taken well by Rob Germain, and an excellent tackle, it must be said, from number 2 Richie Bergen. Halts the Cork on progress. UCD line speed again pretty good, and they look to run it. In fairness to Con, they've stuck to their game plan, which is to run the ball and run it hard, and they're getting a bit of progress actually for a change this time. They've managed to make their way about 30 metres or so, and they're into the UCD half, about 10 metres or so inside that. A bit of confusion at the back of the ruck, but referee happy enough with it. Good carry there from 17, Peter Kelleher. Referee not happy with something, blows it up. Hands in the ruck there, so again Jerry Hurley gives himself an opportunity to find a corner. Interesting that we're 54 minutes in now and we haven't had one kick for the post in terms of penalties. It's been a pretty well spirited game, played mostly in fairness between the two 10 metres lines, so not much between the sides, despite the fact the scoreline is starting to edge up a little bit in UCD's favour, but I don't think they can rest on the laurels as yet, as this Con side look fairly dangerous. Just for small mistakes they'd have be well back into this game.
Cork Connor missing Sean French at fullback, and sometimes he's their option for kicking towards the post, and they're also missing Jack Crowley, like we were saying earlier, so puts a lot of pressure on Jerry Hurley. Like we said earlier, he's usually 9, but hopefully now we see some conversion at some stage today.
Great footwork and work there from number 12, Niall Keneally, who takes his just 5 metres inside the UC line. Again, it's the knock-ons that are killing Cork on today, the progress. Great work and carrying from Niall Keneally as captain, but unfortunately Cathal O'Flaherty at 5 tries to take the ball around the corner and was unsuccessful. Good carry work there from UCD's winger, and an excellent stop from Ross O'Neill, who wasn't happy with the first attempt. And UCD find themselves looking to clear with Pat Patterson, who finds a decent touch under a bit of pressure. Really not much in this between the two sides. Christine, what do you think Cork on need to do to get back into this game?
I think they've had some really good carries from Niall Keneally, their captain, in at 12. So more of that. They've been nice, tidy carries, and he's been holding on to the ball. It's kind of after they get 1 or 2 big carries and they're kind of losing it. Just trying to look after the ball a bit more. If they can just string a few phases together and just get a platform for themselves, they might be able to get back into it. It's only 15 points in the game, so the speed the tries have been scored in this game, it's very easy to turn around.
Williams goes to the break. Tarrant doesn't buy it. Well stopped. Again, coming around the corner. It's all one-out runners from Cork so far, that must be said. And UCD's defence has been alive to it so far. Let's see if that continues. Again, well slowed down as Cork rumble through. Plenty of phases getting through here now at this stage. UCD look a little vulnerable out wide here. Certainly Con look like they've got numbers on the right hand side as interim out half sticks into 9, as Williams is otherwise engaged at the bottom of a ruck. And again, the one-off runners continues. That's 5 in a row now and a pick and go. So clearly Cork looking to take UCD on up front and muscle their way over. Not getting a huge amount of change from the UCD defence at the moment, but it's consistent and it's working relatively well. Again, it's very slow ball. UCD looking to stand up. Kennelly does well again. Does excellent work, but unfortunately manages to get a foot in touch. Good defensive work again from what looks like Josh O'Connor on the far wing there, and probably helped a little bit by the touch judge there in that instance, because Con looked like they've been making progress again through Kennelly, who's been a great runner, a big man, and decent handwork. So a tough prospect to defend against.
Like we were saying earlier, Cork have 10 wins from 10 so far in the league, and they've been scoring tries for fun as of late. So they really just need to get over the whitewash and try and look to string a few phases together. Hopefully they can make something happen.
Yeah, Cork leading the stakes this year in terms of tries scored with 233 points so far. But if you look across the table, you can see University Rugby has really been hammered by the amount of tries it's let in, with UCD conceding 240 points and Trinity conceding 260 despite scoring huge amounts of tries. So I think once UCD manage to get their defence set, they are a tough prospect to play against, as Conor finding out today.
UCD haven't been beaten in the bowl so far this season, so I think that's a massive point of pride for the team, that they've managed to squeeze out wins, particularly some close ones in the middle of the season so far. So 2 big losses against Clontarf, Lansdowne earlier in the season, and away to Cork as well. Those 2 haven't really helped the points difference, but other than that, most of the games have been really, really close for UCD.
Yeah, 4 try bonus points so far this year out of 6 wins, so nothing to be sniffed at there in terms of going forward. As Cork come off the top again using Kennelly, and takes 2-3 UCD guys to take him down, and cycling's a little bit faster this time, but probably not taking the right option there. But again, Cork rumble on. They're certainly growing into the game. UCD haven't had their hands on the ball for a little while there. Number 7 Ross O'Neill has been a bit of a thorn on the UCD side in defence. He's now starting to work into attack. Oh, bad miss tackle there from 12 UCD. Owen Barr, and Con managed to score in the corner after some excellent footwork there from JJ Neal and Jack Costigan. So again, not particularly surprising that Cork have managed to work their way back into the game. They're a terrific side and they've been playing well. UCD living off scraps really for the last 5-6 minutes. So 20 minutes to go. There's 10 points in it, and all to play for here at the UCD Bellefield Bowl. Jerry Hurley off the left hand side, 4 metres from the touchline. Looks good actually, looks good if it's long. Oh, and off the crossbar and over. Off the crossbar and over to take it to 20 points to UCD, 12 points to Cork. Just how important that little bounce of the ball will be remains to be seen, but certainly all to play for here in UCD. So I think UCD will need to look to get themselves back on the ball again. Con have had all the ball for the last 10-15 minutes, and UCD need to work their way into it. They've obviously lived off scrap so far, managed to make hay with very little, but that's no great platform to take on a side of the quality of Cork Constitution, as Williams collects comfortably inside the 22 and kicks it straight out.
After that period of sustained pressure from Cork Con, UCD will be really happy to be back in Cork Con's half of the pitch and with the starter play now off their line out.
Mulvihill goes again, bit of confusion, not a jumper, and Con turn the ball over, and again it's hands that let them down, but Tarrant takes the ball well. UCD have it now 50 metres or so outside the 22. Good quick pass from Pat Patterson, a really good carry there from Dan O'Donovan. It takes UCD up just outside the 22. Good quick pass from Pan out to Andy Marks. Held up well by Cork Con, trying to rip it. No real progress slowing it down. Con have a pretty good spacing in their defence at the moment, but UCD have the numbers. Good footwork again from number 6 Dan O'Donovan, who manages to make an extra couple of yards there out of it. Patterson has the ball at the base, turn to 10. Josefino on hand, and here comes Penny. Oh, the great work inside again to bar between 12 and 8, and good work over the ball. That takes UCD. Great work from Pat Patterson, stepping inside 2 Cork Con defenders, make himself 3 or 4 defenders, and he's up again. Eventually held by number 6 Joe McSwinney. The ball's at the back of the base. Can someone stand in at 9? And here we go. Dara taking it on. Looks like holding on. Not sure he's supporting his feet there, but the referee happy enough as Josh O'Connor stands in a scrum half. Good work there again from Johnny Guy, carrying on as captain. Patterson's back to his feet again. Another good work from Bobby Leahy carrying around the corner as UCD look to work the channels here with Rory Mulvihill. Richie Bergen. That's good stuff again from UCD, and referee not happy with it as UCD go off their feet with the looks of things. But again, good sustained pressure there from UCD, at least putting Cork on under pressure, not having it all their own way in this second half. But those small mistakes there are just really what's hurting them, as the referee has a little word there with Cathal O'Flaherty of Cork Constitution, I'm sure. A few points in elocution.
Good to see Paddy Patterson trying to change up the attack there with a little snipe around the corner, just trying to change things up and keep Cork on their toes, keep their defence honest.
Excellent touch there from number 10 Jerry Hurley. Again finds himself in the unfamiliar 10 position today, but certainly hasn't looked uncomfortable there with Williams inside him. The ball has been good, and he's given a good account of himself, it must be said, today. UCD look to get up and compete here now in the halfway line. As their placement hooker looks to throw in. Not a great ball, manages to turn it. Williams does very well to clean up there and get it out to his out half. And a high tackle there, clearly not missed by the referee as Williams goes fast, manages to get his 10 yards, nobody touching him, so we play on. 10 yards, not referee still wasn't happy with that, even though nobody seemed to touch him within 10 metres, but his goes great footwork there from 13. Jack Costigan makes his way up to the UCD 22 as Williams has it as the feet. Looks like it's advantage over by all accounts, so Con will need to make the most of this after the good line break. Great work there from 13 Jack Costigan, gets it into number 8, Con's number 8, Dave Hyland, who makes his way about 2 metres or so short. UCD will need to be alive to the fact here, but Brian Hayes top excellent work there from Brian Hayes, Con's top try scorer this season. That takes him up to 6 for the season. He's hit pretty well there by the UCD defence, but his particularly long reach manages to get himself home and under the post, and it's hard to see how Jerry Hurley will miss this conversion. So takes it to 1 point here. Con showing how dangerous they are in attack as well. And Hurley knocks over the conversion to take the scores to 20 points to UCD, 19 points to Cork Constitution. So UCD will need to find their way back into this game if they're going to hold on for the win. Have their dander up for in a way that they haven't shown in the first 60 odd minutes of the game. So all to play for here with about 15 minutes or so to go, in UCD with 1 point ahead.
Yeah, that try really came from with Cork going for the short option and going to the inside option, not going out the back. So UCD were probably expecting them to go wide again, but Cork managed to get the tip on and break the line, something they haven't done so far this half.
And again, an easy catch there for Williams as he finds a safe touch about 5 metres or so inside the Cork Constitution half. UCD with the put in. Let's see how Richie Bergen does here now. Hopefully a bit more communication with his inside men. Good ball to 6 taken by Penny, and Patterson has it. A great flat pass into 12. Makes good yardage. Patterson has a quick ball again. And out the back, nice play from UCD as they take it wide. Good ball inside to the winger. And UCD look to recycle again. Jack Ringrose takes it back inside, outside Keneally, but well tackled by Con's Keneally, it must be said. As Con looked to slow it down, but UCD looked like they've got the numbers. But no, referee didn't like it. And Paddy Casey gets the turnover for Con.
Yeah, the Cork Con defence read that really well. You see, really nice from UCD to spread it wide initially, and when they tried the inside ball to Josh O'Connor, he was met very flat and put back on his back very quickly. So deserved turnover from good defence from Cork Con.
Hurley again finds a decent touch just outside the 22. Alex Penny makes his way off, and UCD have turned that one over. So all to play for the line out. It's hard to guess. The put-in seems to have no reflection as to who comes out with it, but inconsistency as Patterson goes up for a decent box kick, and Ringrose knocks it back, but well turned over there by the Con winger, who passes it well inside, and a good cover tackle from Patterson. But Con have the ball now, and they've got pretty good progress through Keneally. Take him down by his opposite number, 5 metres inside the UCD 22. Williams does a great show and go and uses all his experience to come back inside and touchdown under the post, putting Cork Con ahead in this game for the first time, I believe, taking it to 24 points to 20. So that's 3 tries now in the bounce from Con, and certainly momentum favouring them, and that's the bonus point too. So the class of this Cork Con side clearly showing through now. They hadn't much of a start in this game, and they looked fairly flat come half time, but obviously whatever was said at half time has worked, and they've worked their way back into this game and might find themselves ahead with 12 or so minutes to play. UCD will need to come up with something in order to take more than the solitary bonus point out of it. See how James Tarrant does here. The previous tactics seem to have gone long and hope to get the ball kicked back to them, so let's see if he continues that. And it does, and it goes long, but this time, yeah, Williams catches it and takes it on himself this time. As Con look to carry on and pick and go from their loose head. Good counter work there from UCD again. no scrum half in place, but of course number 10 Jerry Hurley spends most of his career there, so no problem to come in and box kick it. But again, great take there from Rob Germain, who's again joint top scorer, or at least he was before this game. And Williams goes long with nobody in behind UCD. A really intelligent kick there from Duncan Williams, it must be said, and puts UCD under pressure. So Cork starting to play UCD at their own game here, Christine, and knocking the ball in behind.
Yeah, James Tarrant tried to hang that restart on the 22, so Duncan Williams couldn't find a touch. He had to keep it in play, and Cork with two really good box kicks in play and not going out in the full, and managed to stick UCD back inside their own 22. It's kind of reminiscent of the first 20 minutes when UCD were kind of playing all the football in Cork Con's 22. The game's kind of flipped on its head now.
Penalty to UCD, their hands in where they shouldn't have been, from number 3 Paddy Casey, and UCD allowed an opportunity to clear their lines. Decent touch there found by James Tarrant. UCD will need to get the line out working here. Good play there from UCD, but not particularly. Yeah, slap down there from Con, so UCD get the penalty opportunity again. They'll look to work their way further into the Con half. It was a really good take there actually from John Fairley, it must be said, and not quite holding on to it when he came down, but the indiscipline from Cork Con has given UCD an opportunity to go further into the Con half, and not again particularly ambitious, but they make their way about halfway between the 10 metre line and the 22, and more the same expected from UCD.
Unusual tactic from UCD now. Paddy Patterson has been in the last 3 line-outs, so wonder what sort of an option we have here.
It's well read there from all of the experience there. Brian Hayes turned over from Con. Williams has it. No doubt they'll look to slow it down a little bit. And again knocked on. UCD the turnover. Gets it Andy Marks. Looks to take it on. Carries well. Looks for the clearance kick through, but no advantage sought. But it was obviously advantage over. And referee spotted a knock on there somewhere. But I think once that ball was kicked, the advantage tends to be called over. So the kick through and blocked from Con was obviously knocked on by UCD before that. And we will have a Cork Constitution scrum. Feed in from Williams. Ball has it at the back. A little bit of movement, trying to get a bit of positioning. Finds it again to the captain, 12. Keneally always seems to make yardage. Good pace and power. Con a bit of an overlap here if they can find it. 1-on-1. Well stepped inside there from 11. Rob Germain. Williams has it to recycle. It's the first bit of quick ball we've seen from Con for a while. A little bit of obstruction, but referee happy to play on. No UCD player within a few metres of him, so UCD looked to slow it down a bit. Well marshalled and well set up in defence here. And again, a knock on from Con. I'm not sure how many knock ons that is from Cork Constitution, but it's certainly been a thorn in their side for the day.
Yeah, that's an offside penalty now for UCD, I think. Oh no, just a knock on.
Quick shout out to today's UCD mascots, Eddie Conlon and Stephen O'Dwyer. Good to see the next generation of mascots coming through. Well done, boys. Referee not happy with something there. A little bit early movement. Scrum hasn't been an issue so far. We had one collapse scrum a couple of minutes into the first half, but broadly speaking it's been nip and tuck. So long may that continue. The scourge of the scrum is well gone thanks to the new rules. UCD lining up with a full back line onto the right hand side here. Let's see what they can offer. Patterson, look, there's not particularly good work from UCD there. It's not a great ball from Patterson, but he does well. Feeds Tarrant. Tarrant sits inside. We've got a 4 and 2. Great shape work there from replacement winger. Fairhill comes around the corner, does well. Again, looks Ringrose stands over. Patterson has it in his hands, gets it to Tarrant. Decent numbers here if they can make a bit of progress. Number 5, Bobby Lee carries it on. Held up, but referee happy enough. The ball's recycled. A little touch of a knock on, but happy enough. The referee. Andy Marks takes it out. Good step inside. Really, really well done for Marks there. Managed to make 3 or 4 yards, even though taking the ball back 10 metres deep. UCD working well. Bit of patience here now needed. Just outside the 22. Really good shapes here set up. So what can UCD do off this slow enough ball? Marks gets it into hands. Again, pretty deep runners there so far. Not really showing a huge amount in attack. That's better. It's a quick ball, but no numbers to be seen there. Does well to hold on to it. High tackle there. Referee happy to give it. Mulvihill carries on with it. Again, good pick and go there from John Fairley. UCD's Pat Patterson takes them into the 22. Who's going to step into the breach? UCD, good continuity. Great work out the back. Looks like they have numbers if they can get a runner here. Really well done. Great carrying there from Emma Burns. Quick ball. They're going to need it. Can't do well to slow it down. Nobody steps into 9, unfortunately, as Patterson makes his way out from the last ruck. UCD now 3-4 metres inside the 22. Making a bit of progress. Doing well. Tarrant gets it into his hand. Obviously penalty advantage because that was a terrible kick. Maybe a drop kick might have been the better option if you're going to kick the ball away. But anyway, we move on. A lot easier from this side of the white line than the other side.
Yeah, but UCD down by 6 points, so I'd say they're looking to try and get the try for the win.
Interesting first real dilemma they've had. That's the first penalty that's possibly been kickable, but they choose to go to the corner. Obviously 6 points in it, so it shows good ambition from UCD as Tarrant goes to the corner, albeit not particularly tight to the corner either, giving his pack a fair bit to do. Hasn't been great off the boot today, Tarrant, but his handling and his execution and his marshalling of the troops has been top class, so a good solid B. Again, line out not great from UCD, overthrown. Referee didn't seem to like the likelihood of a knock on as much as the crowd did, but UCD turned the ball over. Great work there, and they pile into that ruck. If they can get this wide, there's numbers here. Great carry there again from Bobby Leahy. UCD look to get into that ruck and speed it up again. Huge numbers outright if they can get it. Good skip pass there. 3 on 2. Good footwork. Great hands as well. Well done, John Fairley out wide. Sets the ball up for Patterson. That's good, quick ball. Referee happy enough. Not anymore. He's got to go. Pat Patterson makes a break and he's through. Great footwork from Pat Patterson with a penalty advantage, and not to be outshone by his opposite number, Duncan Williams, the Leinster Academy prospect. Pat Patterson scores in the corner, and is it is a fair reflection, I think, from his performance today. His ball presentation, his ball passing has been fantastic today, and well deserved try to the corner. Now can James Tarrant get his first kick of the day? He is 0 from 4 at the moment, and no easier they have got. What do you think, Christine?
Yeah, he's had 2 conversion attempts from this side. One side, one's kind of peeled off to the left and one's peeled off to the right. So hopefully, third time lucky.
Absolutely, on average, he'll be bang on. As Shane Garrity comes on with the magic water bottle. Great to see Shane Garrity still working with UCD at 53 years of age. This is his 32nd season involved with the UCD first team, so great to see the volunteers still keeping the game alive despite the move to professionalism. The crowd crowd remain silent. Oh, it's a good strike, but it looks left and wide, just wide. Cork let off the hook again. That impressive conversion from Jerry Hurley from the left-hand side touch has really been the difference between the sides at the moment. So it's UCD 25, Cork Constitution 26, and by my accounts, it's about 3 minutes left or so. So UCD will need to get their hands on this ball and work their way into Cork territory. And I think it's safe to say, I mean, the scores are tight and it's been a fair reflection of the game. It's hard to see who deserves this more. It's now down to who wants it more, Christine.
Yeah, definitely nothing in it. You'd imagine that no matter who wins this game, there'll be a losing bonus point up for grabs as well. There's been nothing between the teams, and it's very fair reflection of the game.
Well taken there from UCD as they run it back. That's great carrying work there from number 8 Ronan Foley. But unfortunately gives away the penalty. UCD just a little too slow to support their man. And let's just check the clock now. We've got 20 odd seconds left. Do Cork take a tap and go to the corner and hope to run the game out, or do they go to the post and take the full minute? I suspect they're going to go for the 3. Christine agrees. Yeah, post signalled. First penalty attempt of the game, 79 minutes and 58 seconds. The key here really is that he knocks this ball dead. The points don't really matter so much as long as he doesn't keep the ball alive. But it looks like whatever happens here today, somebody's going to be leaving with 2 points and somebody's going to be leaving with 5. For some reason UCD don't have anybody beside the post to try and keep this ball alive, and they didn't need to because it's stuck over nicely. And we're playing on, so there must be a couple of minutes left to play. Obviously the clock in your top left corner isn't stopping for the referees' watches, unlike the RT cameras, but we do our best here in the UCD Bowl. It adds to a bit of mystery. Good contestable, stuck up by Tarn. Can UCD put him under pressure? They can't. Well taken there by number 7 Ross O'Neill, who's been excellent today, it must be said, in defence and attack, and Williams uses all his experience to kick the ball out, and that's the game. So UCD 25, Cork Constitution 29. An excellent effort from both teams, great fair on show, and just goes to show we should be getting down and supporting these AIL sides as often as we can. And thanks to my co-commentator today, Christine Coffey, who's done excellently well today. Any last thoughts, Christine?
Brilliant showing from UCD. They can be very proud of that performance, especially because of the turnaround from the last result. They'll count themselves very unlucky with Cork Con's purple patch they had in the second half when they ran in those 3 tries. But they can be very proud of their defence in particular. They had massive line speed and really showed some good signs for the rest of the season.
And look, Cork Constitution showing their championship pedigree again, managed to come from well behind. I think it was 20 points to 5 at one stage, and managed to get themselves back into the game and played remarkably well in the second half, and good value, I think, just on the edge for their win. So thanks for listening today to our live stream, and we look forward to commentating for you again in the near future. Thanks very much.